Tower of Dreams. Welcome back. I decided to do it backwards today. Last time
Great.
on Tower of Dreams, uh, we learned what Ritz had been up to while the rest of the party had been doing stuff. And we also saw his futile efforts to bake a crab cake to wish Seth farewell, since she had already left. Uh, the lizard folk have been working on integrating themselves into the day to day of the tower. We saw a couple of them running around. Who knows how the other 1200 are gonna match in with life. And the party decided where they're gonna head to next. Yay!
Yeah.
Not to mention there was some weird stuff like in the second half with Bumblebee's artificing and Prime maybe
Oh,
did some stuff.
You okay, Steph?
no,
That's less important though.
it's fine.
It's fine.
I just forgot that I never finished the letter I was writing.
Oh, yeah, important. So let's start with Nathaniel. Nathaniel, you left the control room
Yep.
in a rush to get to the stables.
Well, it wasn't a super rush, but it was annoyance of learning what I learned, and getting some writers ready
Mhm.
to go out and search for Bumblebee.
Who are you trying to get to be these writers in the search party?
Most likely anybody that's actually seen Bumblebee, because I don't think Bumblebee's seen any of the lizard folk.
This is true.
So I don't want him to be like, I've got to attack these people because, well, they're
I don't
not
know.
people I know.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make him feel like he's gonna be attacked. Just have some regular guards that he has seen before, possibly.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
if he's never been out of his hole.
So you're drawing on the guards. There are some guards that were former Dark Reach citizens. And then there's also Sethin's family.
I would take some of Dark Reach and maybe one of Sethin's family.
Which one?
So
Adinus, Adrenan, or Commander Alion?
probably a Venus.
Okay. Very good. You have 8 griffins.
I have 8 griffins. Okay.
You, Adinus, and 6
Okay.
other people.
I would just be prepping that until we get closer to, because we had the tower.
Yeah, you had about an hour.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So you're just working on pulling all that together.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
No one wants to go because everybody knows Bumblebee. It's like that guy. Psh. Uh,
Also,
persuasion, you
how
said?
much information are you giving people?
To the regular soldiers, regular guard, probably not much, just that he was left behind.
Hmm.
I don't know whether or not to. No, I'm just going to keep it quiet about everything that's happened for right now.
Okay.
So, not going to give out too much information, just he's gone missing. We know that he's not in the tower. We were here. We need to search. My persuasion is +8. Uh, damn, I didn't realize that. So 16. That makes it so much better.
Nice. Yeah, that saves you. Um. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're able to round up the your desired party
Okay, cool.
for said a search and rescue mission.
Yep.
All right, let's go over to the anxious cactus boy. Ritz, you were running to the Arboretum.
He'd probably start running and then like stop and then like fast walk so he doesn't draw attention to himself.
Okay.
But then he'd
Trying to be stealthy.
no. But then before he gets there, he'd stop and think he's gonna quickly go to his room and once he's in his room, he's gonna like grab his pack and like whatever he had in there. I look over his shoulder, even though nobody can enter the room but him. Make sure he has his things that he's gonna poke his head at the door, and then he doesn't know who he's looking for, but he's just super he's not there, and he's gonna go into the arboretum and look for the triplets.
Okay, make a perception check.
What's my skills? Okay, let's do the first roll of fantasy grounds. See how it's gonna shape for the rest of the night. All right, go into real die. That's an 11.
Yeah. So I mean, the Arboretum has changed a little bit. Like, it's not just beautiful display gardens. Like, there are a few fields of squash growing. So there's some like rolling farmland, it kind of looks like, as part of the scenery now. And you can see the triplets kind of in the distance in the middle of one of those fields that does not seem to have produced anything yet.
Okay. Just gonna briskly walk to them.
Okay.
And using his what's it called? My harvestborn telepathy. Because all harvestborn can communicate telepathically. He's gonna just be like, "Hey, how's my favorite set of triplets?"
Shh. All three shush you. You notice that they're standing in a circle or a triangle. I guess it'd be hard to identify it as a circle. They're standing, but they're like facing each other. But there's like enough space in between them. Like, you're not really sure what's going on.
Why are you shushing me? We are being telepathic.
Shh. Can't you hear it?
Let's stop and listen.
A couple things happen. In the middle, in between the three of them, some plants start to sprout very quickly. One looks kind of like maybe the top of an onion plant. Another looks kind of like a rose bush. Another like some kind of a tree. and others you can't quite tell what they are, but they all sprout up, but then they keep growing in kind of a weird way. And pretty soon, before you know it, there are 6 new harvestborn in front of
What?
you. A veggieling that looks kind of like an onion person, a flowerling, a barkling, 2 mushroomlings, and 1 cactusling.
Okay. Sorry, say that again. Onion, veggieling.
Flowerling, barkling, 2 mushroomlings, and a cactusling.
All right. Uh. I thought you could only make gourds. The non-sentient of our race kind. Like normal gourds. What?
Marriott kind of walks up to you and just kind of like pats you and goes, Ritz, remember when you let Carlton be replanted here?
Yes.
That directed some of the ley line energy here, which allows more of us to grow. And this is very fertile soil.
For
bursting magic and nutrients.
Probably for the first time, he's actually gonna like have his feet like kind of feel the earth he's standing on.
It's good stuff.
Oh, that's the good stuff. Ritz is an arboretum. The rest of the game. No.
Sheraton and Weston also kind of walk up. So you're standing there kind of dumbfounded, and the triplets are standing in front of you, but facing these new harvestborn, and they all kind of say, just welcome, happy birthday.
Happy
this
birthday.
is our big brother Ritz.
Yes.
This is our
Hello.
He looks after us. So be nice to him. He's got a lot. He carries a lot.
I accept his like big giant pack. Yeah.
One by one, each of these new beings will greet you and hug you in turn.
He's gonna be a very awkward hugger, but
yeah, and then they all, including the triplets, will kind of stand together and just seem to be like waiting for you to say something.
Huh. All the sighing and pausing and stuttering is all in telepathic link. He's still just like I'm gonna do him.
Are you going somewhere, Ritz?
I was thinking about it. But I wasn't I wasn't expecting this, but I guess no one expects harvestborn. We just spring out of the ground. Huh. Oh, uh, he's good. Well, welcome. Um, this is this is the Arboretum. Um, yes. Yeah. I'm Ritz Pontever. Um, uh, this is Marriott Sheraton in Weston. Um, uh, yeah, we used to. I had a hotel. You know what? Just yeah. Welcome to the Tower of Dreams. I'm sorry. I'm very, very right.
Is that is that the name of our new home?
Uh, uh, the, sure. Yes. Yes. That's where we are currently. Yes. The Arboretum is in the Tower
Oh,
of Dreams.
can we care plants here?
Yes. Yes. As you can see, there's plenty of things growing here. You know. Uh. Yeah. Let me let me start over. Okay.
Smile. Can we go play now? They look very excited.
Yes. Yes. Of course. Of course. I for now stay in the Arboretum. Stay within eyesight of Marriott, Sheraton, Weston, or myself. And over there is also your big brother Carlton, who's just watching over everything. Don't break him.
Yeah.
Are there any
scatter in like just joy? And you're left with the triplets.
Oh.
And the onion veggieling.
Hello, little one. Don't you want to run off and play?
No, I'll stay in your sight.
What? Wonderful.
You look like you could use a friend.
Ritz is gonna kind of have a nervous breakdown and then just yes, I suppose I do. That he's gonna you know kind of kneel down and try to get to his
you're very
level.
tall.
But I'm very tall and he's so it's like Groot and Rocket Raccoon. um, I yes. But how are you feeling?
Great.
That's good.
I mean, I think I do. I don't have a lot of experience to compare.
Uh, yes. It's understandable. We are all like that when we when we start out. But you are you're not alone. You know, you have you have your elder siblings, and and all six kind of grew at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like approximately.
Whew. Well, I know you probably don't have an experience yet, but do you have an idea of what you'd like to be called?
Well, I stuck around because I was kind of hoping you'd give me a name.
Hmm. I didn't prepare any more hotel puns. I'm not going with the ones you put,
New,
Frank.
new banner.
um. Yeah, you know what? We'll we'll help you uh figure a name out. One that feels right for you. Um you know, I'm gonna take off my big pack and just set it on the ground. You know, let me introduce you to one of my dearest friends, and I'll no, where did I put? I'll pull Santi out from wherever I put him, and I know he seems a bit he's a bit grumpy, but he's very endearing once you get to know him, and I'll hold out Santi to them. Mm.
Um,
Be nice.
seems to take an instant liking to this new veggieling.
Here, why don't you hold him? Mm.
Okay.
I'll kind of get up
Hold
and
it.
then sit on my pack and just watch them. Just
So they're just taking it all in.
yes.
Okay. Valkyrie and Vaughan, you are still in the control room.
Yeah, Valkyrie's still just kind of standing there leaning against the wall.
Prime, what I can't blame you for what you did. You did the best you could. The only thing I could say is yeah, I mean, I can understand you experienced a new thought process, which was embarrassment, and you reacted, and it wasn't the best reaction to create a deception, but um, it was new for you, and I guess we'll both learn from this that sometimes you have to resist sometimes these urges that'll come upon you from the new experience.
I'll remember this.
I think it'd be best for us to. We're going to check with people in the market because I know I'm okay with the action you took, and I believe you, and I'm with what you say happened. I just want to, for the others and for just everyone else's peace of mind, to make sure people in the market, should shed light on what really happened, how bad Bumblebee might have, you obviously have a dent, so he pretty much must have assaulted you pretty well.
It was unpleasant.
I'm sure. But we'll help each other get through this. I mean, how did you... never mind. I don't want to... I was going to ask how he created the construct. That was what we found of, the construct Bumblebee.
It's kind of clever, Todd.
Just something I cobbled together.
That was you cobbling? That was, other than the weird movements, and it wasn't like Bumblebee at all as far as actions go. It was kind of impressive.
Thank you.
But in the future, I mean, if you can, if it's possible, before you take any drastic action, if it's possible, I understand you were by yourself at the time and we were out doing things, so. But, confer with us if you can.
You got it.
All right, I guess we'll just wait for the others to come back before we move on.
Are they going to come back?
Well,
They seem pretty upset.
Ritz is currently in the Arboretum, playing with new harvestborn.
Okay.
And Nathaniel is rounding up a search party to man the Christian.
Yeah.
We decided we'll be left.
I'm just gonna just hang out until we, I guess, reach our destination.
Which destination?
Aren't we going towards
Destination.
the South Cliff?
No, you're backtracking back to the shore.
I thought we decided we weren't going to do that. Okay.
I think you were overruled.
Shit.
You'll be waiting here a long time. So if you want to do anything, this would be the time to do it.
Valkyrie is going to, realizing that, as Stephanie was realizing this, will suddenly look very pissed, Vaughan. And just like, I'm going to go and, I don't know, make something. And then head towards the kitchen.
All right.
It's going to be a long trip. And I think at that point, Vaughan would probably head to the temple. Back to where he was when all this happiness started.
Well, good. Valkyrie, you get to the... Are you going to your private kitchen, or are you going
Oh, that's right,
to,
I have a private kitchen. Then hell yes, I'm going to my private kitchen. I mean, as long as there's, like, enough, like, pans and stuff there to, like, do shit.
Oh,
like,
you're fully stocked.
Oh, yeah. Then we're totally going to the private kitchen because I don't want to deal with as less people as I have to. So, yeah, she'll go to a private kitchen in her room. And just kind of like, it's probably a mess, her room is, because she doesn't stay in there very long. She just kind of like throws things in there and that's it. Go in, put the cat, put the cat familiar on the bed and start making something. I'm looking up now what she'll be making. So I'll have that in a bit.
Okay. Sounds good. Vaughn, you get to the temple. And is it canon that you were giving a sermon before you were interrupted?
Um, I would say less a sermon, but more a talk.
Okay.
Sort of an informal talk.
Yeah, you get there and there aren't really as many.
Yeah, the crowd has dispersed.
Yeah, it's past. The moment is past.
Yeah. I was leading up to a beautiful big conclusion and just
Sure.
swept away from it.
You do see one of the lizard folk mail carriers handing a letter to Duck.
Oh, okay. I'll let them have their moment and approach Duck when the lizard folk is done with their business.
Yep. He kind of looks on. Oh, Vaughn, how are you?
Always a challenge. Always a challenge. Dealing with the tower. It's learning, and it's sentient, so it's going to be a challenge. It's very powerful, and it's learning about itself and its surroundings, and with the introduction of this construct, we started Prime, which is an extension of the tower. It can interact with people and do things, and sometimes it's going to be a challenge. Does things that it thinks is right at the time, but to others can be quite shocking. So
Interesting.
Your
parenting, teaching.
It feels like that. I tell you that. But instead of a 10-year-old with that can simply scrape their knees, this is a very powerful being. You can create multiplanes and demiplanes and worlds of its own.
It seems as though you found yourself an acolyte.
I've never looked at it that way, but perhaps, yeah. Hopefully, I'll be honest, it's a terrifying prospect. I have to consider my words very carefully.
As I had to when you were a child.
I hope not too much.
All children are pretty literal.
That is true.
But a joy nonetheless.
I hope someday I can look back on it as that. But I am convinced that more and more that our fortunes and futures are intertwined.
Well, at least you have a clear trajectory.
Yes, seek out these, as they refer to them, as fragments. We were discovering constructs, very old constructs, as it turns out to be, that appear just like my other form when I attune to the hammer. And now I have 6 fingers, but when I have a third eye, all these constructs were similar in that same appearance. So that's quite curious. And the tower thinks that he may have created them in the past for the purposes of collecting fragments and bringing them back to the tower, but he's not quite sure. He's hazy on the history and exactly why and why he chose those forms and So it just,
Interesting.
yeah, that we happen to have the same form.
Well, if you ever want to send us Prime my way, I'd be happy to give it contribute to its education.
That's most thoughtful of you, and I would appreciate that. Actually, you've been a wise mentor for me, so I can't see any harm in that at all.
Well, I am more than happy to. I kind of miss it. We don't have many children here on the tower,
Hmm.
as we didn't.
Yeah, population's growing. We just got 12, as you see the lizard folk walking around.
Yes. Not many have expressed interest in the temple yet.
Well, things. I mean, they're set in their way. I mean, they have their faith and what they have come up with and grown with. So perhaps if, it's just we'll be there if they need us. But I see you have a delivery. I'll leave you to your.
Oh no, this actually might concern you as well,
Oh,
or at least I think it concerns your friend.
no.
Oh yes, yes. Do you remember Byron?
Ah, Byron. The ever enthusiastic Byron.
Yes, your first
Yeah.
convert. He is. Well, your friend Ritz had approached me about helping him find new management for the Many Paces Oasis,
Oh,
and
okay.
Byron has agreed.
That would be. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I think I like that idea. That's very interesting. He is, if nothing else, very energetic and enthusiastic about. Since um, getting that new rebirth, sort of. So yeah, I think that would be maybe a good thing. And I think it would.
I think it will.
Yeah, I think Ritz has been feeling the effects of losing the Oasis, and this might help recover some feeling of purpose and rejuvenation. I think, and faith and hope that his spa can come back.
That's the desire. Although I don't know how much of a retreat center it will be with Byron running it. It might be more of a. I mean, it won't be as much of a resort. It might be a little bit more like a retreat.
Well, we should stress upon him that the faith part will be secondary to getting the spa up and running, and the other part usually just comes naturally by example.
Of course. Who do you think taught you that?
Wise man, but still no.
Well, is there anything else I can help you with?
No, just dealing with the day's new experiences and surprises as they could go. Hopefully, we can resolve the whole Bumblebee. Well, I got ahead of myself there. What happened was Prime had felt threatened by Bumblebee, and
Oh, that horrid little gnome.
he has his faults, yes, as we all. But yeah, he, at least Prime says he threatened him and actually assaulted him. So Prime ejected him from the tower.
Huh.
Which, considering what Prime could have done, is not the worst situation possible.
Well, it doesn't seem like you have to worry about your acolyte is on the path of evil.
I hope not. I don't think so. He just was confused about what had happened, and he said he felt embarrassment for doing it, and he tried to create a ruse a construct that looked like Bumblebee.
Hmm.
So I sort of counseled him against just how to deal with that. I guess for him it's a new feeling, and he reacted poorly. So I sort of tried to tell him to think longer upon it before doing that again, something like that again.
Well, sounds like you have your hands full.
Yes, it will be continuing. Yeah. So.
Well, again, you can always send Prime this way.
I will mention it to him. Thank you again. It's good when we talk about these things.
Agreed.
Yep. All right, I think I'll head to go. I'm starved. I'm going to get something to eat.
Okay. Take care of yourself, Chosen.
You too, Monsignor Duck.
Turn away.
All right.
All right, Nathaniel.
Mm-hmm.
You are standing in the stables, having met up with those you rounded up. Now we get to see if they're awaiting instruction.
So I'm gonna ask in my head before I instruct them of where Todd,
Yes.
where exactly when you kicked Bumblebee out, where was it where the tower was when we were located before we moved?
No, it was somewhere over the Many Paces Oasis.
How far out are we away from the Many Paces Oasis now?
About a half-hour flight by Griffin.
And I just stopped talking to Todd. Alright, so listen up. Everybody go 2 by 2. We're in search of a gnome called Bumblebee. Sure, most of you have seen him or met him.
One of the guards spits.
Yeah, that Bumblebee. Bumblebee has gone missing. We're gonna spread out and search for him. Last known place that he was at was the Many Paces Oasis. So we'll go there and spread out from there. See if we can find him. See if he's okay. Because he was left behind. Understood? Okay.
Harumph.
I have a question. I've never ridden a griffin before. Is it hard?
Have you ever ridden a horse?
Yeah.
Okay, it's similar, just it's in the air.
Okay.
If you do not feel comfortable, go get one of the other guards and then bring them here.
Nope. We can do this. Go team.
I look around to see who's the most experienced rider of the Griffins to go with him.
None of the people here have ridden griffins.
I thought some of them had.
Womp
I thought we had taken some originally whenever we rode before to pick up the.
That was a Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Dennis.
Yeah. He's feels very comfortable.
Okay.
He rolled an 18 on his animal handling check.
Okay. Well, I don't have time to train all of them. We're just gonna have to go out as is. I mean.
All right. Griffins are smart.
Yes, they are.
Too.
That's why I chose Griffins, because they're the best. Well.
Okay. You start kitting up, mounting up. 2 of the guards have difficulty with their griffins, and are going to be unable to accompany you.
So it goes down from 8 to 6 then?
Yep.
That's fine. I'll just have them stay.
One of them has a pretty serious gash on their arm, and the other just kind of chickened out. So the chicken will help the injured one to the hospital.
To the hospital, yeah. I'd hope so. And he just didn't run away.
Not bad, Yellow. All right, you launch off.
Yep.
Why don't you go ahead and make me a survival check?
Survival check. Ooh. Rolled a 15. What do I have for survival though? My survival is 2, so 17.
Okay. Go ahead and make your animal handling check.
Okay. And my handling is 2, so 14.
Okay. And then make finally a perception check.
I'm good at these. Wasn't good at the other ones. I was good at this one though. 11. Said perception.
Yep.
So 11, 16.
Okay. You're able to successfully lead everyone to where the Many Paces Oasis is. And then you all kind of break formation and scout around 2 by 2.
Yeah.
You notice that there is one of the abodes has smoke coming out of the chimney, and you remember this place when you were here a couple days ago being well, I guess it was like 2 weeks ago, being deserted.
Okay. I will land the griffin and then check that area out.
Okay.
That'd be my
How
plan.
are you checking it out?
Well, it doesn't have. Does it have any windows
Oh,
on
yeah.
this building or anything? I
Yeah.
would just kind of peek in the window to see if I see anything. I mean, I see smoke, so
Yeah, and there's a fire in the hearth and a filthy looking gnome stoking the fire and just mumbling, more like grumbling to himself.
I knock on the door.
What do you want? Who is it?
Bumblebee?
Yeah?
It's Nathaniel.
Oh, thank God. Took you all long enough. And he'll come up to the door and open it. I'm ready.
Well, I just figured out you were missing just recently.
Yeah, no thanks to that abomination.
What happened?
What do you mean what happened? Thing came near me again. Told it not to.
Okay. What happened?
I told it to stay away again, and it started talking about working together, and then it mentioned that there was something wrong with my blueprints and schematics for the golems, and that was I just had it at that point. So I took out my handy little wrench that I always carry with me, and I tried to take its head off.
Tried to take its hit.
What?
I'm already having a hard enough time understanding a lot of things that are going on right now.
Yeah.
You think attacking it was a bad idea?
Well, I've had some second thoughts since then, but
Yeah,
at the
since
time,
then.
yeah, at the time, the, anyone that criticizes me, I would have done the same.
Look, I totally understand that to a certain degree. We're both artists. We love what we do. I enjoy making my weapons, armor. You have a passion for making your golems. I get that. Sometimes taking some criticism isn't a bad thing.
Sure, but I'm not going to take it from something that isn't even a person.
Yeah, but it's gaining certain things to it now compared to what it was.
Great.
Yeah, don't start. I don't need to hear it from you right now.
Hey, you know how I feel about all that.
I know how you feel about it, and there's no way I can change your feelings on that.
The second we
I
get back, we need to deactivate that thing.
don't know about deactivating it. We still need it
Why do we need it?
because the tower
What
still
was wrong
runs.
with just letting the tower be creepy by itself? Why give it the ability to talk to the rest of us?
Wasn't my decision on making it that way, but it's already that way.
Well, let's unmake the decision. That's all I'm saying.
Decision's not up to me at this point.
I can be very persuasive. You just put me in front.
Yeah, no, you can't. The last time you were persuasive, and I point at the house and the fire and the surroundings. This was your persuasion.
What are you trying to say?
You're an asshole.
Oh,
I know you're an asshole, but I can respect you as an asshole. For just,
an asshole?
yes.
I'm just about the friendliest, most easy to get along with person there is.
No, you're not. You're one of the most difficult. We were losing money apparently in your shop because no one likes to go there. Because of you.
We had customers all the time.
And you chased a lot of them away. Yes.
It says what?
Says the books. And I normally go with how the money is being sorted out.
It's been a day.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What books, what data could you possibly have? A day isn't a trend.
No, it could be a trend. You've been with us more than a day.
Oh, of course. I'm saying like you're saying that productivity, whoa, are you making more money all of a sudden? What just means that there was a rush. I'm the best goddamn artificer in this archipelago.
I agree. You are. I'm not saying that you're not. I'm saying look at what your decisions got you into.
I don't understand what you're trying to get me to reflect on. This isn't my fault.
No, it's kind of both your fault and the tower's fault.
Mostly just the tower's fault. I wouldn't be here if he hadn't sent me here.
Right.
It hadn't sent me here.
That's true. And you wouldn't be here if it hadn't sent you here because it defended itself when you attacked it. You see?
It just shouldn't have done the sidestepping thing, and then I would have gotten its head. All this would have been avoided.
That is not your call. You are being paid by Kincaid to make golems.
Yeah.
You don't have any say in decision making of the tower. That's not what you're being paid for.
Oh, really?
Really?
Bumblebee will take a piece of paper out of his pocket with a magic circle on it, and he will rip it in half. Well, why don't we change things up a little?
Okay. How so?
I'll take over. Obviously, too much for you and your friends to handle.
Mm-hmm. You know, that sounds like such a wonderful idea.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Once the iron golems that I've already built are done pacifying people at the tower, we can
They were
come to
already
an agreement.
they were already dismantled.
No, they were just off to the side.
Oh, I thought they were dismantled a bit.
No, there was one that just hadn't been fully assembled.
Oh. Okay, what do you mean pacify? What?
Oh, that magic circle? That anyway, I just turned them on
Right.
and erased all their programming constraints.
See, I came back for you, and now you're gonna pull this shit.
That's right. Because apparently, I'm the only competent one here.
Have them stop.
You have to take me back to the tower to do that. Can't do it remotely. As with any spell, you need eyes.
I guess the 500 lizard folk are just gonna have to destroy your golems then.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm gonna insight check him real quick just to make sure that what he's telling me is true.
Okay.
Why? Because I don't believe him, but I kind of do believe him at this point. 17.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Why? I was gonna defend you. Just defending you. Start walking to the griffin. Just turn my back on him. Just gonna defend you.
Hey, where are you
Get up.
going? Wait for me.
No. See, you've already made your decision. You've
What are you
turned
talking
it.
about? I
You've
did
turned.
that. My hand was forced.
Your hand wasn't forced. You were gonna come back with me no matter what. But now you're not.
You need me to stop those things.
Do I?
Yeah,
Do I?
we've already established you're all incompetent.
Okay, so I don't ever want to see you again, Bumblebee. Enjoy your journey. I toss him a pack of food and water.
Hey! Hey, come back here!
I was gonna let you come with me, but you forced my hand into a different direction. And I have whatever guard with me come with me. We'll
Okay.
start rounding up the others and then heading back to the tower as quickly as we can.
You take off, and the guard who was with you, you guys mount up and take off, and then he abruptly falls out of the saddle.
How far up were we?
Like 20 feet. So not too bad.
I'll rush
But,
back down to help
I mean,
him.
but this is, I mean, we're talking like he didn't like casually fall out of the saddle. We're talking like he experienced an impact that knocked him out of the saddle.
I will go down and help him. Do I know what impacted him, or did I see what impacted him?
Make an investigation check and a perception check, but the perception check is the disadvantage.
Well, investigation check was a natural 20
Nice.
plus 3, so 23. But
Yep.
disadvantage for the perception, right?
Perception. Mhm.
Okay. So you're probably gonna really get me on this. How do you roll the same number twice? I rolled 2 5s back to back.
Excellent.
So perception is 5, so 10.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of lean over this guy. He's pretty still. And he's got a crossbow bolt in his neck. And when you turn around, you see Bumblebee flying away on his griffin.
Which way is he flying?
He's just get out of dodge flying.
But not toward the tower? Because I know what direction we came from.
He's heading vaguely in the direction of the tower. Since you're only about 30-minute flight away, and the tower's pretty big, he'll be able to see it on the horizon pretty soon.
Is the guard still alive?
No.
Hop on the griffin and go in chase flight after Bumblebee.
Okay. Do you take the time to rally up Adenis and the other guards?
I need to. Yeah, I'll gather up what guards I see and if there's any stragglers, have one guard stay behind and gather up the stragglers and go back to the tower.
Okay. Sounds good. Go ahead and make that survival check.
That is. I was looking at the wrong one. That is a 16.
Good. You're able to. He's had a pretty decent head start, but you can see him way out there. So you're heading back to the tower.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Let's go over to Valkyrie.
Heyo. Well, that shiitake's going on. Valkyrie's just in her kitchen in her room making. So I sent the thing to you that she's making, Andrew. Chocolate covered cherries. With some cherry cordial with some rum mixed in. And she's going to try to imbue it with some. Can she do like she did with the espresso bites or no? With the special thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to add a magical property.
Yeah. I would try to like pull someone else in, but I think she's probably too like in her own head for that to happen. So yeah, she's just gonna be doing it solo.
Actually, Mochat counts as an assistant.
Mochat? Yes. She would absolutely ask Mochat to help.
Clearly, their only action is the help action.
Yes. All right. So is that 3? Or is that only 2d6s, Andrew? Help.
You're doing 3.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Do I want to use that one or okay? We'll just stick with what we got here.
Well, no, you're doing 4 because you're making it 4 people, assumingly.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we did get 1-1.
Okay.
But the other ones is a 5, 4, and a 3.
All right. So it's 13. Yeah, you're able to make this as desired. Let me
Wonderful.
just hold up. Yep, there we go. Things that can go wrong. All right.
The entire time that she's like making these, she's just like talking to Mochat about the whole situation and just talking aloud to her cat, as cat owners do.
Yep. So true. So the chocolates are unpleasantly sticky.
Okay.
This is hard to wash off. But other than that, they're exactly how you wanted them.
Okay.
We
can live with that.
Infused in there.
Okay. Cool. She'll put them in like a little tin or something that she can find, and probably like take the 10 like out to the take it with her out to the tavern and just sit down and like get a drink and like eat one or two of them as she's like drinking.
Okay. Very good. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay. Yep. So you got your magical effects. Advantage on perception checks.
Okay. Great.
And kind of like the last time. Well, no, we'll wait for that. Anything else? You're just sitting at the bar.
She's just she's kind of she's just kind of still fuming that they're going back for effing Bumblebee, and just yeah. That's it. She'll be there. She'll be at the bar for like probably like a half hour.
Sounds good. Ritz.
He will still be in the arboretum, and he would have, stayed down with all his new little siblings, and played with them. He would have slowly relaxed, but hung out with them, and I think I have names.
You have names. Okay.
But I could. Do we want to go over them now or wait till they come up naturally?
Why don't we just go over them now?
Okay. Okay. First, the two Mushroomlings. Waldorf and Astoria.
Okay.
And then the Flowerling, April. The Cactusling, Summer. The Onionling, Autumn. And the Barkling, Winter. So it's Waldorf, Astoria, and the Four Seasons.
April, summer, autumn is the onion.
And winter is the Barkling.
Okay.
And how old are they? Like, I know they're only like 3 hours old, but like size wise, how old are
Likewise, they're fully grown.
Oh. Okay.
As is the way with the harvestborn.
Really? I thought okay. I thought they at least had like, some growth spurts like Groot or something. like stages.
The gangly teenage here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he'd hang out with them and everything.
Okay.
For a long while. Then once he gets tired and, watches them like while he rests and stuff, he'll turn to whichever one of the triplets is closest.
Okay.
And he'll just say, I'll be back. I got some errands to run.
Yeah. We'll put him to work.
Well, it's their birthday.
I mean, eventually. We'll show him the ropes.
Thank you. I'm glad I was able to witness this. He'll start to leave, but if you ever start to hear more voices of, future family, let me know.
Okay.
Ritz will gather his bag off the ground, and uh, he'll he'll go to the control room. He'll just go straight to the control room.
Okay.
Is anybody in there?
Nope. Can I help you, Ritz?
Ritz goes, set his bag down. Did you know that more harvestborn were gonna be born here?
Yes. I told you. That's why I wanted to relocate your brother. Create a sanctuary.
Right. Um, the Bumblebee thing. Are you absolutely certain that Bumblebee caused you grave harm and that was the only choice?
Technically, he tried to bash my head in, but he missed.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Todd. I am terrified. You have a lot of power that I don't think I will ever understand. And 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 I'm now coming to the realization that you are much more than I, I don't know. I guess I didn't realize it, but I guess I always thought of you as a construct, a a machine, something that could be understood and learned, but you are growing, and I I need to trust you, Todd, because now it's my family is here, and I I I need to trust you for their sake, and in order For me to trust you, I need you to trust me. So if ever you are dealing with anything, you can come to me and you can talk to me. I can't promise how I will react to whatever you tell me, because I am by nature a very anxious cactus. But I have not been giving you the benefit of a doubt, and I need to. I'm still terrified, but you know, that's most relationships. Am I right?
Good way to go.
Right. Well,
Can I tell you something, Ritz?
yes, I guess that's what I just told you you could do.
I'm scared too. And why don't we go to our bio break?
Times.
For those that don't know, we take a break about halfway for 8 to 10 minutes, so we'll see you in 8 to 10 minutes.
Mics are hot. Because we are. I'm gonna make some popcorn.
thought I was,
Literally.
Right?
I thought I was just sweating because I was nervous.
Why else are you sweating?
No, you said we're.
Oh, because we're
hot.
hot. Yeah,
I
got
thought it
you.
was because I was nervous.
Got you. Yeah.
Now I'm just worried I had robots activated.
Sir.
I'm not happy
I
about
mean-
it.
Just went from bed to
Sir.
worse.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. At least we know now.
Hey, yeah, at least
know,
I got a
Sure,
clear
we know
confirmation
now.
Well, but I mean, at least
Hey.
at least it's not just us sitting around and then all of a sudden iron golems start attacking us. You know.
That's very true.
We
And
would've-
also,
we
he's
might
now
have
not.
listened.
Bumblebee's now out of my oasis. So, you know.
Yeah, but now Tom died.
I'm a Tom.
Tom.
Oh.
For a second there, I was really worried it was one of the. Was it one of the?
I took adrenaline with me.
Tritons?
Yeah, one of the Tritons. I took adrenaline with me. That's the brother.
Okay, so
Adonis is. I didn't take Adonis with me. I took
Okay.
Adrenaline with me.
I'm gonna go like popcorn too.
but Seth and siblings are okay. It was just another Triton.
No, it was just one of the people of Dark Reach.
Oh, Dark Reach guard. Okay.
I took them with me. That way, Bumblebee didn't feel threatened in one of them type
Right.
thing. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's just one of the dark reach ones.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm kind of upset by that.
Oh yeah, sure. Keeps a guard off.
Oh yeah. He has now drawn the line. Well,
He has
Another
crossed
one.
the Rubicon.
he has made it deeper.
Yeah.
No, after you activate him, it's like, oh, you're not getting a ride back now.
But now we don't have to worry about, you know, Kincaid, because I feel like Kincaid would understand that being
Well,
a problem.
Yeah, she's going to.
We'll find out.
Yeah. All right.
mostly just going back to get him.
Yeah. I mean, he was going to activate him either way. If he wasn't going to get rescued within the next amount of time, I'm sure he would have ripped it as his contingency plan.
Yeah, probably. Yay! Another one for Team Dad.
Yeah. All Nathaniel wanted was to get the information that he really wanted to know. What actually happened. Can't take just one person's word for it. I gotta get all the information, not just some of it. I know Bumblebee was an ass, but damn it.
Even more of one than you remembered.
Even more of one than I originally was gonna give him credit for. I've designated that guard as Tom, by the way. that was Tom.
Poor Tom. Poor Tom.
I don't know their names,
May he rest in peace.
but he's Tom.
We'll put up a memorial in there.
Well, I'll have to go back and retrieve his body. Yeah.
I don't know.
So, like, I was looking up, like, sweets and stuff on Pinterest. And, you know, I found the chocolate covered cherries. And I've been looking at stuff since then. I just found, like, easy ways to decorate cakes like a pro. So the first one was, like, doing the whole, like, mirrored glaze thing, which, okay. The second one was to take a Pringles can, poke holes in the metal part of the bottom, you know, of the can, put whipped cream into the can, and then push the whipped cream through the holes onto, like, a pie crust.
That seems like way too much work.
I think there's better ways of
like,
doing that.
that's not a cake. That's a, like, either a tart or a pie.
It's just whipped cream.
And yeah, it's whipped cream, and and like the last frame that I put on, they took like 6 strawberries and are just like placing them right in the middle, like just like all together.
And done.
And
So
done.
much for presentation. But I guess when you're using Pringles, the Pringles can.
They do put some
Presentation.
chocolate drizzle on it.
Ooh, never mind.
But
Take it all
like,
back.
why wouldn't you just put the whipped cream on it?
Yeah.
Why do you need to push it through to make
Throw
it
a
look
Pringles can.
like
Also-
it's like stringy?
I feel like getting just like a frosting bag, or just using a
Piping-
Ziploc bag and then
piping
like
bag, yeah.
snip the.
Yeah,
Just get a Ziploc bag and stick the corner.
exactly. Exactly. So I don't know.
You ever watched any of those like hack videos?
Well, that's what
life
this
hack
is.
Videos?
It's like a
And
hack
they-
video.
It's like the first time I saw those, it's like there was some legit ones,
Hmm.
and now they're like, that's way much more trouble than it's
Yeah,
worth.
that's more trouble than just taking some deck cake. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, just kind of completely flabbergasted about. Okay. That's it. Okay. Are we ready?
I thought this was Pinterest Pringles cake conversations for the rest of the night.
Are we ever really ready?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Taking the beer back off in 3, 2, 1, and we're good.
Welcome back to Tower of Dreams. Vaughn, what are you doing?
I was probably heading to the tavern to get a bite.
Okay. You see
Yeah.
Valkyrie there.
No,
She's just like drinking and like eating a chocolate.
well, he knows it's serious. Vaughn would know it's serious, and she's eating.
True.
Mind if I join you?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Here, would you like one?
Sure.
Made them today. It's chocolate covered cherry. But it'll give you a little boost
Oh,
if you eat it, if you know what I mean. Nothing like that.
Well,
No, it's just
oh,
it's just to
oh.
help with like, seeing things better, that sort of thing.
good to know. Good to
She'll
know.
pass
And,
one along to you.
Intense, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I will, take one of the chocolate covered cherries.
You get advantage on perception checks for 1 hour once you eat it.
Okay. As I start pressing my fingers together, and it's like, well, this is like,
Yeah.
uh,
Oh,
can I get a bar rag over here?
Kind of it was something with the cherries, I think,
Well,
and the fondant that's
Well,
inside.
yeah, but still, I mean, it tasted wonderful. I mean,
Good. Well, thank you. I just felt like baking something. Takes another drink.
it's been really crazy.
Thank you for, kind of understanding, I guess, Todd a bit back there. That was, honestly, I was surprised.
Well, I'm just, I was also.
I mean, you were the one that, like, marched us in there, like, we'll take care of this. Bam, bam, bam. And then, you turned out to be kind of understanding of him in the end. Sorry.
I'm trying. I mean, it is. I usually generally try to just judge people as I experience them and as I interact with them. So I'm realizing that Todd and Prime are just beginning. They have some memory loss, and they're just trying to gather themselves back up. So it must be very difficult, and they're not sure of themselves.
I mean,
I'm trying to give them. It's not easy.
technically they're still young.
Yeah,
Right?
and
I mean, sure that they were aware themselves, I guess, before, or whatever happened, but since we've awoken it, I mean, it's basically kind of younger than we are.
Yeah, it's learning things anew, and I'm sure it's. I mean, after what he does remember, what happened to them, they're probably not very sure who to trust,
I don't think so.
and we got to be careful with our advice and even-handed, and it's. I mean, I feel a sort of with the fragment business and on all that. You know, I feel my destiny with him is intertwined, so it makes that even more difficult. But the fragments, and this could be part of the whole reason for being chosen. I don't
Sure.
know that for certain, but it's something I have to allow for.
Well,
I mean, how do you? I mean, he's with you all the time. I mean, even outside the tower.
yeah. Todd's great. I like Todd. I don't know. I trust him.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, you showed a lot of trust letting him do that.
sure. Look at what was there before.
Yeah, that
I
wasn't exactly optimal.
Todd's been fine. Todd's never, if anything, he's been kind of protective of me. So I, yeah, I, I can't let, I don't know. Like, I feel angry that Bumblebee tried to attack him or attack it, I,
Yeah, I mean, that's at some point, verbal abuse is one thing, but when you take it to the next level and uh, you don't even allow for any kind of middle ground.
and in a way, like, I kind of saw it coming. Like, he was a jackass, and
Oh, agreed. Yeah, he was certainly. At first, I thought maybe he, was just because he works a lot and that's, sometimes people who work a lot get very irritable, but he just seems to have no concern for anyone else or anyone else's opinion or anyone
no,
else's feelings.
no. I think they're going to actually bring him back to the tower and, like, put him back in his job.
That's going to be very difficult. That's going to be a tough mediation. I mean, we're going to have to make Todd feel safe uh, with Bumblebee here. We're going to have to try to make Bumblebee reach a common ground and consider other people's opinions. It's not going to be easy, but getting the golems, I don't know. Hopefully that these golems are worth it.
I mean, isn't Todd a golem itself? So wouldn't they know better about what is, good and what's not, as far as golems go?
I wondered about that. I wondered if we could, part of the mediation was, I don't know anybody else who'd know more about constructs to evaluate what Todd was suggesting as being, a good idea.
Look at besides, it clearly wasn't acting like Bumblebee. It was pretty
Convincing.
It was working for a while until we
Yeah.
burst into the office,
Mm-hmm.
I
And that was a short, quick thing he did on, in a short period of time. Imagine if we gave them time to actually work on things and perfect.
short period of time, and also when they were feeling threatened or, or just trying to do something quickly to cover up for what they did. So if they were planning, it could only be better, I would think.
Yeah.
I just don't think that I'm on the same page with everyone as far as Todd goes. I feel like, Suthin, I felt kind of on the same page with her.
yeah, she was even more gung ho and willing to, yeah, bring Prime into existence. So yeah, she had far more,
I
dare I
mean,
say, faith than I did.
you seemed understanding today, but the other two, I don't think that they like Todd, which is weird because they're traveling in it. So how can you not like something that you're spending so much time with and hasn't really outright hurt you?
Well, I think they're just afraid. Maybe people tend to be afraid of what they don't understand, and I'm certainly. I don't think I want to say afraid, but I'm very cautious with Todd because knowing that he's unsure of himself, and you don't want, and he's unsure of the people around him. So you want to be very careful with your, how you treat Todd and addressing trust and all that, because he can, with what's happened with him in the past, he's going to, he's going to be very wary of people who try to, I don't want to, stop is a bad word, but try to make him do. He's going to eventually get a will to do things on his own, and that's yeah.
Don't we all, though?
True. So it's, I guess, maybe important to build trust with him, so he trusts us.
Exactly.
And we trust him. Yeah. It's not going to be easy, but
No.
I think it's worth it.
Sure. There are a lot of things that aren't easy, I guess. So, yeah. Again, thanks for.
Ah, and thanks for the cherry. That was really.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm
Yeah.
glad it was enjoyable. It was a new recipe, and then the cat helped out, and I was wondering how it would come out. So, yeah.
Good. And I'll order whatever. I'll have whatever Valkyrie's having.
No, it's probably just like something sweet. Rum.
It's all right. I'm willing to try.
Mixed drink.
Says Vince.
Oh, is Vince? Okay.
Yep. That's end scene.
Insane. Insane.
No. All right. All right. Just as you you two finish
Mm-hmm.
Having a drink.
Drinking.
Casual conversation.
yeah, one of the kobolds is gonna run up to you.
Hey, what's up?
Problems?
What did you do?
Oh, well, hey, don't rush to
I
conclusions.
know. I shouldn't say that.
Come
I
on,
shouldn't make that
what
exact. I'm
what
sorry,
happened?
The iron golems that Bumblebee made,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
they're destroying the market.
Like, are you just trying to get our attention out there? Like, is there something else happening? Seems,
Are they? Is there something there that they're attacking, or are they just
Yeah.
randomly?
Everything, everyone.
Are they hurting people?
Yeah, several people have been injured.
uh,
Several stalls have been cleft in twain.
Todd?
Yes.
The market, what's going on? Status update. I don't know.
Damage
There-
alert. Damage report.
There appear to be some iron golems.
Can you tell?
What?
Are they under? I didn't even know they were activated. Do you know who
Apparently.
activated? Oh.
apparently they've been activated. They seem to not have any of the constraints that were negotiated to be placed on them. They are mindlessly attacking everything.
Where's Ritz and Nathaniel?
Nathaniel is out looking for Bumblebee with a Dennis
Great.
and a search party. Ritz was in the Arboretum.
You don't know where Ritz is at right now?
Where's Ritz right now? You're in the control. Ritz is here in the control.
I was in the.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would he have told Ritz that something was going on?
Yeah, he clues you in.
Okay, then Ritz
Iron
would be screaming
golems are
in the
paging.
control room.
okay.
But then-
Let's go to do let's get Ritz out of the control room then. Yeah, Vaughn? Yeah.
Ritz.
Yeah, and Todd, can you eject the golems?
Oh yeah.
I cannot.
Why?
Something's wrong.
I'm not entirely certain.
Okay. Cool.
All right, well,
Go
keep
get Ritz.
see if you could do that and alert the guards.
Only the
other-
second time this has happened.
We'll cover that later. We're gonna get Ritz
Oh,
out
that you
of
couldn't
there.
eject somebody? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go get Ritz and then send some. Alert the guards.
I think
I
at
know.
this point, Ritz would already be
We're probably
Sprinting.
running at each other. Yeah.
sprinting
Okay.
towards the market with his
Yeah.
with his full pack and everything and gear, with his walk in hand.
Okay.
To the market.
All right.
All right. Yeah, we got to. If
Valkyrie
we can't
takes
eject them.
One
yeah.
last drink, and I guess follows kind of
Oh my
a bit
gosh.
reluctantly.
Despite Ritz hates
Ritz will
all
not
of you.
finish his drink. I mean, Vaughn will not finish his drink. He will, head off to the market immediately.
I have sent you an image of an iron golem for
I see.
you to just be
Yep.
mindful.
Where did you send it?
At Fantasy
Grounds.
Grounds.
Shared it within Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, they seem
The-
nice. We're fine.
They're
How many are there, Todd?
gentle boys. There are 2.
2. Okay. All right. Let's. Boy.
Fritz, you make it to the market first. And it is chaos. There aren't as many people here anymore because people have, run away to relative safety. The golems are smashing stalls and destroying wares, and with their giant butcher knifey looking swords. And there do seem to be quite a few people laying around on the ground.
Ugh. He's gonna look at everything and can we say I attuned to my mandolin when I was playing with my siblings?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to look at all the people. Look at all the golems. How many golems are there? 2? Was there only ever 2?
At this
Yeah.
point, it was 2.5,
Okay.
but the other one,
Okay,
the other wasn't
okay.
done yet. Yeah.
Um,
She's got popcorn.
oh man, I wasn't prepared for this. Okay. How far away is the golems, or the closest golem?
About 100 feet.
That's far
Big
away. He's just gonna quickly. He's actually okay. He's gonna. Sorry, I'm looking at all my bar crap for the first time. He's going to. Okay, he's gonna quickly run up to some of the people on the ground. Are they? Can he tell they're alive just at first glance?
Yeah, the people that you are currently checking on are indeed alive, but they are wounded. One of them has had their arm severed off.
Okay, he's gonna go to the one with the severed arm, and he's gonna pull out his mandolin, which he's, like hasn't played a whole lot, and then he's gonna just play a little tune. He's like, "You're going to be fine. It's going to be good. I'm fine. You're fine." And then he's gonna cast Healing Word.
Right out of airplane.
Yeah, the person looks at you like you're an idiot. Can't you see I'm bleeding out? Kind of a thing, until they feel the magic.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the bleeding, and they seem stable.
Okay.
And at this point, Vaughan and Valkyrie will make it to the market.
Okay, as I'll go. As I enter, I'll see the people, I guess, wounded and stuff. I'll yell for, I guess, the other people who are chaotically running to like stop and at least help carry the wounded out of the market, and look for anyone.
Yeah.
They go.
Which
one?
Persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah, because I'm asking them to. Yeah. Okay.
I was just gonna say when Vaughn and Valkyrie come in,
16.
Ritz is gonna like turn to them, and he's gonna have this creepy smile and his eyes twitching, and he's just like shoving the mandolin next to the guy with his arms separated.
There's something you don't see every day.
Very bad. No good. Awful, terrible, bad day.
All right, 16. 16 for the persuasion check.
About a fourth of the people listen to you and start trying to like drag people away. Of them, 7 are cut down.
Aye.
These golems they're not moving really fast, but they have a good reach. And since you yelled, the golem attention will both of their attentions will turn towards you, and you'll just hear the single word, halt. Why don't you roll initiative?
Sure.
All y'all's rolls.
Okay.
12.
Say me too? Because I wasn't sure.
No, not you. You're not there.
Well, I'm making sure.
You're
You said
barely
all
dark.
y'all's.
18 for
It's only a little
Valkyrie.
Okay.
Hey, dirty 20 for Ritz.
Nice.
Nice. 20 for Ritz. And one got a 12. Very good. Very good. Mhm. Okay. Let's do this. Ritz, you're up first.
Okay.
They're only 50 feet away now.
50 feet. Okay. He's gonna run 20 feet forward towards their direction,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna start strumming on his violin and cast minor illusion.
Okay.
Burning these spell slots like it's the first time I've ever had them, which it is. And he's gonna create a sound
Mm-hmm.
at them. And it's 30-foot range, so I think I'm in range now. I would have ran to whenever I'm in range.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would have created a sound and make it sound like Bumblebee screaming, "Stop, you metal pieces of shit!"
Okay. What's the saving throw?
That's a good question. Where do I see that?
Not very intelligent.
Where? Oh, 11. That's not very good.
Okay. Are they making an intelligence?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay.
Wisdom 11.
They both kind of pause momentarily and then say, "Halt," and resume.
Oh wait, no, it was intelligence. It's weird. The spell says intelligence. An investigation check.
Okay. They saw
But
through
for
it
some. Okay.
because they have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Of course they do.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie's immediately hiding.
Oh. You're a rogue. I had to remind myself I'm about to have a bad reaction.
Valkyrie's
Make
okay.
stealth.
Make a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 14.
Okay. You successfully hide
Whew. Mhm.
behind some like ruined stall.
Sure. She looking around, does she see Gust anywhere?
You see Gust's shop.
Yes. But not Gust.
And there seem to be a lot of people in there.
Okay.
And there does seem to be some kind of a magic-y thing in front of the shop protecting it.
Okay. She can't think of any back doors that she's noticed in the shop, can she? Okay.
Nah.
All right. Well, hiding is my action, correct?
You can hide.
How that works. I can what?
I think you can hide as a bonus action.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Great. Let me look. How far am I away, like saying hiding as soon as I, like wherever I was? How far am I away from the closest iron golem?
Let's say 30 feet.
30 feet, 30 feet, 30 feet, 30 feet. Great. How far is the other one away from me? The second.
40?
Okay. Is there anywhere that she can move to where they're both within 30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's going to try to move there.
Make another stealth check.
Okay. That is 16.
You remain hidden.
And let me just look at my inventory here. Oh, man. I might not be able to do that. Oh. I can try that. Okay. So. Oh, she's already used her bonus action. Shit. Okay.
You can use your standard action
Yeah.
as a bonus action.
Right. Yeah, she's going to stay hidden. And she's going
Okay.
to use her action to switch from the key to the dagger.
Got it.
And stay there.
Okay. Very good. The first iron golem, now that there's not really any people between them and you all, is gonna stomp closer and a little its mouth, like a plate where its mouth would be if it was alive, will drop down, and then a green gas will start flowing out. But it's like, so Ritz and Vaughan make Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a real die. Just as
12.
17.
Okay. You both take 15 poison damage.
Okay.
How do you put that in? On
15 wound.
just okay. Just type it in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Vaughn, it's your turn. The one's about 15 feet away, one's about 30 feet away.
All right. All right. The one that's closest, I'm going to cast Banishment.
Okay.
That's a charisma save for them, I believe. Let me check.
Your charisma is literally 1.
Yes, charisma saving throw or be banished.
It does have advantage. Does a, let's see, what's 9 minus 5?
4.
4. Does a 4 do it?
No, 4 fails. He is banished for 1 minute.
Very good.
And technically, well, he is. I guess technically he is from this plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just. Do we have? No, we don't have telepathy, do we? No. Oh, so many
I mean,
campaigns.
Valkyrie does.
Oh, okay.
and Valkyrie can initiate it, but you can't initiate.
Do I have to talk to Todd? Or can I
No,
mentally
you can
talk?
talk telepathically to Todd.
Okay. I will mentally tell Todd to tell the others that that golem's coming back in a minute.
Vaughan said to tell you that that golem's coming back in 1 minute.
Okay. And that's my action. And I'm already
Great.
within range. How far away am I from
15 and 30 feet.
from Ritz? From Ritz.
Oh, from Ritz. It's like
Yes. All right,
5
so I'm standing next to Ritz. Okay. So I will
but one's not there.
use my Azamar trait and healing hands. I will give him 7 points of healing.
Okay.
Just to get you started back on the road, right? All right,
you.
and that's what I got from my action. Yep. And I'll
Okay.
stay put with Ritz. Yeah.
Great. The second iron golem is going to close the distance and make a sword attack against each of you.
Okay.
Does
Suck
a
it.
does a 15 hit Ritz?
Nope.
And does a 22 hit Vaughan?
22 hits.
All right. Ooh. You take 21 slashing damage.
Okay. Okay.
And let's pause there for a second. Nathaniel, you make it back to the tower.
And I see the Bumblebee's Griffin made it here first.
Yes.
Todd, where's
Yeah.
Bumblebee?
Bumblebee seems to be en route to the market.
All right. And then I will order, I think it was Adrenin that was with you, right? And the other
Dennis.
guards? Dennis. I would
Mhm.
order them to gather up the rest of the guard. And he was going to the market, he
Mhm.
said, and head to the market.
Okay.
And then I will go as quickly as I can to the market.
Very good. Along the way, you run into Gruz.
Gruz,
Yeah.
gather up whatever people you can right now. Something's happening. Meet me in the market.
Is this for like a party?
Well, battle, capture, intruder.
My kind of party. And he'll turn and Dino run away.
Right. And I will keep running.
They're the lizard folk. They're not T-Rex folk.
It's a
Dino
couple of
run.
times. It's more like running with the tail out and
Yeah.
Anyway.
Naruto running. Wait, no.
What are those?
Like
What are
a
those lizards that run on water? Stop, 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 stop.
Oh yeah, do the long-legged.
Yeah.
No. Not that. Okay. Ritz, your turn.
Okay.
Golem right in front of you.
So many things. Okay. Can I put away my mandolin and pull out my lock as a free action? Or is that going to take the whole time?
You can do that as a bonus action.
Trying to make sure. Okay. I don't know why I'm thinking too hard. This is exactly like Arcane Archer. Just what would Jerp do? Okay. WWJD. Anyways, yeah, Ritz will use his bonus action to pull out his lock, and then he's gonna whack him.
Okay.
Actions. I think it's this. I think that's it. Is that it?
Boop. Yeah.
Okay.
That hits.
Okay. I'm gonna pump one of my uses of arcane utensil into it.
Okay.
So let me close oil. Nope, that's sorry, I'm getting choked up. It's been an emotional night. Okay. Okay, first let me roll just the standard walk damage.
Standard walk damage.
Standard
Yes.
walk damage.
So
Waka waka.
waka waka. So that's 15 bludgeoning.
Yep.
And then because I pumped my arcane utensil, I cause fire to catch onto the creature's body. Creature takes 2d6 fire damage. So I'm going to 2d6. That's pretty good. 8 fire damage. And then, since the creature's now on fire, the creature takes 1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns. A creature can end this damage by using its action to make a dexterity acrobatics check against your arcane utensil save DC.
Okay.
Otherwise, the flames last until I hit someone again with my flaming block.
Got it. It gets kind of red hot, and you have this thought that, iron's like a really good conductor of heat. And while your walk did seem to kind of dent like a portion of it a little bit, once that portion gets kind of red hot from the fire, it just kind of melds out like to normal.
You know, as a chef, I should have seen this coming.
It's a walk-in cast iron pan. Yeah,
Cobalt
definitely.
runs in, throws an egg at it, starts cooking.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Okay. Valkyrie.
Okay, so looking again, do I see the artificer's place? The building where
Yes.
the artificer's is.
Hmm?
Does it look? It doesn't have a bunch of people in, or that I can tell from where I'm standing. From where I'm hiding.
It's, like destroyed.
Oh. Okay.
Like the windows are busted out. Like they came from in there.
Sure. Well, yeah, I understand that. Are there any kobolds around, or did they all run out?
They're. I mean, are you gonna go over there and check?
I mean, do I
Not
see any around? Okay. All right.
visible.
The other one's still banished. We have this one. How far away is the Artificer's building?
60 feet.
Okay. She is going. She's going to try to go over there.
You can dash as a bonus action.
I guess
too.
possibly, yeah. I guess using dash. Just to make it to the building. And trying to stay as stealth as possible.
The Iron Golem's actively engaged with Vaughan and
Okay.
Ritz.
All right.
Not
So
me.
you'll see he's just kind of ducking behind things as she
Mhm.
runs over to the building. When she gets to the building, can I, like, getting to the building, can I see inside at all?
Mhm.
Do I see any kobolds?
No, but there is like a big counter.
Okay. All right. Well, she can't make any more movement now, but she will stay there and try to, like, stay hidden inside the doorway from the golems.
Okay. Very good. Vaughan.
Okay. Right. How far away from Iron Golem 2 am I? He was the one 30 feet away, I guess, because I banished the 115.
He's the one that's attacking you.
Okay.
So he's right there.
He's right there? Okay.
Yeah. Right in front of you.
All right.
I mean,
So
don't get me wrong, he does have a 10-foot reach, but
gotcha. Boy. Okay. I will use my channel divinity, preserve life. And I will heal myself for what's half of 59. It's up to
27?
29.
29.
29
okay.
and a half.
It's 35 or no more than half. So 29. Okay. So 46. 29. 7. 17, is that right? Or 27? 27 is what my wounded. 17 is what. Minus 20 would be 26. Yes, 17 is my wounded now. Yeah. Okay, I'm only wounded 17 now. And that's
Okay.
an action, right?
Yep.
So I have nothing left, pretty much. If I try to move away, he's going to get an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
So I will grin and bear it. Okay.
Okay. Very good. All right, he's gonna take another swing at each of you.
Okay.
He crit fails his attack on Vaughan. He rolled a 29 to hit you. Oh wait, he has disadvantage. No, he rolled a 16 to hit you, Ritz.
Misses.
So you're both good.
So that's okay when we get around to. Okay, never mind. I'm keeping track of the rounds for IG1, Golem 1.
Yes, well. That's what, one round down?
Yeah. 9 to go.
9 more to go. All right. Back to the top. Ritz.
Okay. You said
I
I noticed that.
didn't roll the fire damage against him, which he's very comfortable with and will allow to heal him 1 point of health.
Oh, very good.
Mental
Okay.
note.
So I noticed the fire didn't work. I forget. Did I notice that the walk didn't do as much damage as I thought it would, like bludgeoning wise?
Oh, it did
Okay.
the full amount, but then you also did fire damage to it, which healed
Which
the damage.
healed it. Gotcha. Okay. Um. So this is a arcane utensil thing, but at the beginning of each round of combat, I can choose to switch my arcane utensil as a free action. It
Yep.
just didn't work the last time because it was a mandolin. So I'm
Yep.
gonna see that didn't work. I'm gonna toss. Well, not toss. I'm gonna,
Yep.
put the
Store the
and I'm gonna whip out the ice cream scoop
All right.
and I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
24.
Nice. Yeah, that hits. I'll
All right,
remind
okay.
you that you do get 2 attacks.
You're right. I'm a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So
In case all
Yeah.
was feeling hopeless.
no, it's just I didn't realize how much I liked everything being on D&D Beyond. Okay. Okay, so 12 slashing damage,
Yep.
and I'm gonna do it again. Actually, yes, I'm gonna do it again. Yeah. Oh gosh. Natural one.
Damage total.
No, that was my second attack.
Yeah. That's 20 damage total. Oh no, I see. That was the
No, that
D20.
was
Yeah.
my attack roll,
All right.
and it was a
yeah.
natural one.
So 12. Are you adding anything?
Can I do anything as a bonus action?
Don't you have an inspiration die?
Yeah, but that was a natural one. Would it negate a natural one?
Hypothetically. I'm not going to guarantee that'll make it hit, but
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna waste the inspiration just yet. I don't think I have any bonus actions because here's a question. Since I'm multi-class, this is the first time I've ever multi-class.
Mhm.
Since technically my arcane focus is the mandolin, I can't really cast spells when I'm in fighting mode, right?
technically speaking.
Okay. I think that's gonna be it.
All right. Valkyrie.
Okay, so we're looking around this shop for anything that looks like a controller.
Roll a perception, investigation check.
She has advantage of perception.
Investigation. That is a 24 total.
Nice.
Nice. You don't find a controller
Okay.
in the front of the shop.
Okay.
You find a kobold though,
Oh.
cowering behind the counter.
Hey. Hi.
Hi.
You recognize me, right?
Uh-huh.
Sorry this happened. Do you know of a way to stop them? Is there any kind of like control or a switch or
Maybe something?
something? Okay. You didn't have any kind of backup?
Yeah. Someone would have to get inside the Iron Golem and scratch out one of the runes inside it.
Okay. All right. That sounds complicated. I don't think that, I mean, I wouldn't be able to fit in there, right?
Huh.
If I got you close enough, would you be able to go inside somehow?
You'd have to knock its head off first.
Knock its head off. Okay. And then you could go inside the golem. Or anyone could climb on top of the golem and scratch out the rune?
Hypothetically.
Okay. Where is the rune? Inside of its chest?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If we knock the head off, can I reach inside to scratch it out myself, or will I need your help? Someone with a smaller body.
Yeah.
A smaller body.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, do you want to, can I take you with me? You can ride on my shoulders. I don't know what you want to do.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. That's a 20. No, that's a 14. Sorry.
Okay. No, but yes.
I can put you on my shoulders? Okay, I'll be really careful. And she will put the kobold on her shoulders. And, start back towards the door of the shop. To look out. So the one golem is still fighting Vaughan and Ritz. How far away am I from it?
60 feet.
60 feet. Its back is towards me, though, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Do I have... How much more movement would I technically have? Like 25, 20?
Yeah.
Okay. She will move what she can towards the golem then. Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
And wait. So I've already spoke. I've already looked. Since it doesn't really say if it's an action or a bonus action, would I be able to mind link someone?
Yeah.
Am I within 60 feet of Vaughn or Ritz?
Both of them.
She will mind link to Vaughn. Knock its head off. I can get the kobold in to scratch off the rune and deactivate it.
I'll just nod. Like, message received.
You'll see her back there, kind of so far back with like a kobold on her shoulders.
Ritz will see Vaughn nod, even though Ritz doesn't know why he nodded, and Ritz will just nod nervously too, just not sure what's going on.
Okay.
That's it.
Vaughan.
All right, now the magical question. How tall is an iron golem?
An iron golem is pretty tall. It's a large construct.
I was afraid you would say that.
Figure like 8 to 10 feet.
Okay. So I probably could not reach it with the hammer.
Would not hit with a hammer.
Okay. Can I see Valkyrie from where I'm at? Because I got the telepathy, but I just want to see if I could see her.
Yeah.
And I'll just give her a look and a nod. And he'll say a silent prayer. And he will cast. Oh, not cast. I will use my Azamar trait of Radiant Soul, and which will give me flying. My wings will sprout,
Mm-hmm.
and also I get the extra radiant damage on my attacks.
Nice.
So it's on like Rock'em Sock'em robots. I gotta knock his head off.
As long as he doesn't knock yours off first.
And I will fly up so I am level with his head.
Okay.
And I will attack with the hammer. The strange mace, the unknown.
Yep.
Which has unknown written all over it. Okay, it is. All right, attack roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, baby. Nice. 24.
That'll hit.
All right. 1d8 plus 1d6 plus 3 plus what's the radiant damage on Radiant Soul?
I think it's equal to your charisma. Yeah.
What was the question?
Equal to
Frank?
my level. Equal to my level. So it's seven additional radiant every time an attack hits.
So 1d6 plus 10.
Okay. 15 radiant damage on his noggin.
All right. Why don't you make an additional strength check?
Okay. Strength.
You can factor in your...
Ouch. 6.
Okay.
What was I going to factor in?
I'll just use your attack roll.
Okay.
And so you solidly connect, and you are able to, with a nice kind of underhand swing, knock the head of the iron golem off.
Great. And I also did how much damage? Just out of curiosity. 8. Oh, 15. Another 15, right?
Mhm.
So that was okay. Just keeping track. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. All right, so that's action and attack with the thing. That's it for me. I'm going to float above the hole, I guess.
Okay. It will focus both of its attacks against you this time.
Sure.
Very upset. That's a 26 and a 24 to hit.
Yes. Bye.
Wait, you can see him though?
Should it be like his head's on the ground? All right, no, go with it. Let's go. Let's do it.
There's literally a monster in D&D Beyond called Headless Iron Golem.
Of course, only you would know that.
That's 42 slashing damage.
On the nose. I am unconscious.
Okay. You guys see Vaughan collapse, unconscious.
Fall from the sky. He was hovering.
Bouncing off of the iron golem in his descent. Ooh, do me a favor, Vaughan.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a D100.
All right.
Let's see if you get lodged in the hole or not.
Oh gosh.
I certainly hope not.
Since you were hovering above it.
29, that's a fairly mundane number.
All right. Let me me just quit. Yeah. Yeah, Vaughan falls and he's kind of just hanging from the iron golem with kind of his butt where the iron golem's head should be. Sitting there.
Ritz freaking out. like it's the faces I keep imagining are like the faces of Harry and Marv in Home Alone every time like an accident happens and they're just like just like that's
all right. Ritz is up.
Gosh. Okay. He's gonna. Ritz is tall enough to grab Vaughan.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna grab Vaughan and like pull him back. And take him off.
Yeah, make a strength check.
Thank goodness.
All right, strength check.
Yeah, you get him out of
All
there.
All right. I'm gonna
holding Vaughan.
I will set him down, and as I'm setting him down, I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Healing Word with my last spell slot. Oh wait, can I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just verbal. Yeah, it's just verbal. Okay. Yeah, it was. You did so good, Vaughan. You did so good. That was very good job. Yeah, good job. Yeah, yeah. With the wings and the head, it was great.
All
right.
1d4
plus my spellcasting modifier. What's
First
that?
one.
Just yeah. Okay. That's 3. Okay. D4. That's the little pyramid. Okay. I know D&D. Okay. 6 points of healing. 3 plus 3.
In the pink.
Well, in the red in this case.
Yeah. Okay.
Now is my action and bonus action.
Yep. You still have a move action.
Attack
of opportunity.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and burn. Oh wait, no. Do I need an action to burn? No, that'd be dumb. I'm gonna burn my action surge. Do I need a bonus action to?
No,
I don't think so. I just do it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, I get a action and a bonus action again. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, with my bonus action, I'm going to continue to kind of like pout over Vaughan, like, you did such a good job, buddy. I've been so impressed with the wings and everything. It's just, you're amazing. And I'm going to give him inspiration, which I'm a bard, and I should have done last turn. So you get a d6 because I'm only level 2 bard. But
nice.
Okay. And now I'm gonna hit this dude again with my
ice cream
scoop.
Okay. That'll hit.
Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and. Is he still on fire? Because it's like it's.
If he just stays on fire, he's just.
I think he stays on fire until they try to put it out, or.
And he's not. He's not fresh. Try and put it out.
I'm gonna go ahead and burn my second arcane utensil, which because I switched my arcane utensil, that now cancels out the burning. That burning automatically ends.
Got it.
So let me do my normal scoop damage. Scoop. It's 9 damage, slashing damage. And then ice cream soup. When hitting with this utensil, you cause ice crystals of a color and flavor of your choosing to envelop the target. Let's say green mint chocolate. Uh, a creature hit by the attack takes an extra 2d6 cold damage, which that shouldn't heal it, right? Right. Ritz doesn't know. So he takes 6 cold damage. He takes 6 cold damage.
Okay.
And he is restrained.
Okay.
The target or any creature that can reach it can use its action to remove the ice crystals with a strength or dexterity check. Otherwise, it lasts for a minute.
Got it.
So he's restrained for a minute.
Okay. And it is now Valkyrie's turn.
Okay. So how far is this giant away from me now? Now this construct?
40 feet.
40 feet. She is going to go the 30. And going to...
This is covered in mint chocolate.
Ice crystals.
Ice crystals, which will make climbing convenient.
Great. Wonderful.
And it's restrained.
She's going to kind of look up at the kobold on her shoulders. What's your name again?
I'm number 7.
Number 7. If I toss you onto the golem, would you be able to climb up and go inside? It's not moving right now.
You never toss a kobold.
Okay. So she is going to, as gently as she can, toss the kobold onto the iron golem.
You're shooting for 10 feet here, so go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay.
A gentle catapult.
Oof. That was a 4.
Yeah, so the kobold will, you very gently toss it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more kind of like an encouraging push.
Okay. All right.
Than anything, and he maintains his courage and composure.
Okay.
And scrambles up the iron golem and disappears headfirst down the hole into its chest cavity.
Okay. All right. She'll kind of look past the golem at Ritz and like cross her fingers.
Ritz will just smile and nod, have no clue what's going on.
Oh, if you look confused, Valkyrie would mind link with you. The kobold's going to go inside and going to scratch off the rune, and that should deactivate it.
Oh, great plan. I knew that.
Is Vaughan dead?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
He shouldn't be.
Yeah, Vaughan, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to that just for... Okay. I am going to...
It's laying about feet away, glaring at you.
I am going to cast Prayer of Healing on myself.
Okay.
I'm going to supersize that to level 3, which is now 3d8. Plus my spellcasting modifier, which is... what's that? My wisdom's 5, right? 3d8 plus 5 plus my Disciple of Life bonus for all my healing spells, which is 2 plus my spell level, which is 7 for another 9. So 3d8 plus 14.
Sweet.
Okay. 3d8 plus 14. 24 points of healing damage.
Excellent.
So that gets me back to 29. Man, my head is not working today. 53 minus 24. No, 19. What am I thinking? Okay. 19. Okay. And yeah, if I try to back up, he's going to whack at me.
No, he is restrained.
Oh, okay. And I kept my wings, I guess, right? The wings don't go away if I go unconscious, do they?
They do.
They do? Okay, so I will back up 30 feet.
Okay.
Okay. And stay where I'm at. So I am 30 feet away from the golem now.
Mm-hmm. It is the Iron Golem's turn. What's the DC it's trying to beat with those ice crystals? Ritz?
Let's say again.
DC for ice.
DC for ice crystals. Yeah, strength or dexterity. Oh, my DC. Math. 15. 8 plus 3 plus 4.
Okay. It rolled a 25. So it's just going to kind of go and shatter the crystals off of itself with its action. And then it will start tromping towards you.
Okay. Oh, so now it's my turn?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna...
You do hear some scratching from inside of it.
Okay.
And maybe some stomping.
I'm gonna... I'm gonna just use my bonus action and kind of shout, "Hey, you're doing great, little buddy! You can do it! You're gonna save all of us! You're gonna be the best kobold! You're gonna be my favorite kobold!"
Giving him
Give him
inspiration.
inspiration. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I probably should have hit it with the little guy in there, right? Right? He's gonna look at Valkyrie. And I can't move because I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of
Sit there
step.
and smile at it.
Did Vaughan get up and move, or is he
Mhm.
still? Okay.
No, he's 30 away.
All right. I'm just gonna stand there. Is there a defend action? I don't know. I'm just gonna stand there and brace for impact.
Okay. Valkyrie.
Valkyrie's gonna hold her action to see if the other golem shows up.
Not yet.
Okay.
Which round are we on of the combat? 3. So
She doesn't know
Yeah.
though.
yeah.
Okay. So, Vaughn.
So I noticed that they're holding. So I will take that opportunity to... Everybody else is okay, right? Damn. What to do? Oh well, yeah. I'll cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
1d4 plus 5, And let's just make sure I get the right one to level 1. 1d4 plus 5 plus 9. Oh, no, that's per... yeah. 1d4 plus 9. 11. Okay. Oh, every bit helps.
Very good.
And... damn. Should I back up some more? Sure, why not? 15 more feet. Back
Okay.
up.
The Iron Golem's movements start getting jerky and seemingly more uncoordinated. And it turns its blade on itself. And will ram the blade through its chest plate, completely through its own body cavity. And then its eyes will lose their color and it will fall over.
I'll rush up to the neck and see if I can see the kobold. Because I guess I was awake for that.
Yeah, Valkyrie would definitely run to the... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ritz will... Since Ritz is right in front of it, right? So...
Nathaniel, you come running into the market at this time. You see an iron golem ram its sword into itself and fall over.
Okay, so progress.
Wait,
That's all that Nathaniel's thinking.
see Bumblebee anywhere?
I don't see Bumblebee.
No.
And I'll just talk to Todd. Todd, is Bumblebee in the market still?
Yes. I believe Bumblebee has entered his shop.
I will rush for the shop. I figured I see the golem down, stabbed. I'm thinking they're okay. I'm heading toward the shop.
Okay.
As we're rushing to the golem, I'll shout to the others quickly. The other one's coming back.
Quickly what?
The one I banished.
Why not? But what do you want us
It's
to
only
do?
banished for...
What do you want us to do, Vaughn?
Get the kobold out of the golem.
I'm looking.
Are you okay, little buddy? Ritz is just shouting into the...
The kobold
Get inspiration.
It's inspired.
doesn't respond.
Can I reach in and get him out? Or get it out?
Sure.
Okay, she will do that.
As fast as I can. Yeah, I like to check them.
Yeah, you will try.
Medicine
Seems to
check.
be pinned in place.
Try to what?
It seems to be pinned in place. And limp.
Valkyrie's going to go around and take the sword out. Try to pull the sword out of the chest.
Ritz will help her.
Okay, make a strength check
Okay.
with advantage.
Oh, 16.
You kind of like budget a little bit, but you not much.
Can you get him out, Vaughn?
Ritz will...
I'll reach in and see if I can see if he's alive or not.
Make a medicine check.
Okay. $14. Oh, I'm blessed. Wait a second, blessed. Was that on ability checks or just saves?
You can add it.
Okay.
Did you already use that inspiration too?
Oh, that's what it was. I'm not blessed. I'm inspired.
Oh,
Damn. D6?
Yeah.
yes, D6.
6.
Nice, dirty 20. There are no signs of life.
All right. Damn, what to do?
Ritz will
What is it?
tell Valkyrie, move over, and I'm gonna try the sword myself,
Okay,
just like
strength check.
I'm gonna burn my inspiration. Is it what is it for the like our
D8, I think.
party? D8?
D8. Yeah.
Which was the D8? I'll just do it.
The double pyramid.
5. So 21.
Yeah, you're able to coax that, like with a very loud screeching of metal on metal. You are able to remove this blade.
And I'll kind of throw the sword away.
Came out, Vaughn.
All right, I'll cast Healing Word on the kobold. Is that a touch? That's a touch, right? I should be able to touch it. No,
Well,
60
healing
feet.
word is just
It's 60
healing
feet,
word is
yeah.
just verbal.
Yeah, 60 feet. So,
Yeah.
D4 plus 9. Oh, yeah. 2 plus the spell level. Oh, wait. 2 plus the spell level. Yes, 2 plus the spell level. So that's 3. D4 plus 3.
Okay.
6. I
Sure.
heal him for 6.
Spell doesn't seem to have any effect.
Vaughn.
Has it been too long?
What? What has been too long?
Put him out. So, is he okay?
Vaughn.
It might have been.
Put him out.
Okay. All right. Can we let's pull him out real fast.
He is limp.
All right. I'll cast at second level. We mark off the other one. Gentle Repose
Okay.
on the kobold, which basically he won't decay, and
Mhm.
I think it extends the revivify for 1 day. I think.
Yep.
So I'll cast Gentle Repose on the kobold.
Mm-hmm.
And that's second level. Mark that off. Got it. Okay. So I'll explain to you that he might have been dead too long, but we have a day to bring him back.
Can you do that?
Yes. And I'll pick up the kobold and like remove him from the scene. Maybe if I saw her coming out of Gust's shop, I'll take him to Gust's shop.
Saw
Is
who
that where she
coming
went?
out? No, I
Where
went.
did you
No, I
go?
went to the artificer shop.
Oh, okay.
Guy's shop has a bunch of people in it.
All right. So I'll put him in the artificer shop, just for out of the way.
Well,
So he's out of the way.
You're 60 feet from there.
Okay.
So
What's the closest building?
holding the kobold. Nathaniel, you have dashed into the artificer shop. And you hear a big crash.
I will investigate because I'm trying to find Bumblebee.
So you go into the back room.
Yeah.
You go into the back room and you see a large area that had been kind of not really walled off, but just kind of like partitioned off. And you see those partitions have fallen down. You see Bumblebee standing there with a look of triumph on his face. And he'll say, "You all should have been more grateful." And behind him, 6 iron golems will activate.
Oh boy.
And that is where we will end today's session.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And Tower of Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
This was the Tower of Dreams.
By Tower of Dreams.
Uh-huh.
Who are you? Who do you play? And how was this session?
My name is Steph. I play Valkyrie. I mean, it was challenging for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sad that the kobold died, but then Valkyrie's definitely feeling that. But we'll get that at post show. So, there we go.
I'm Jonathan. I play Ritz, the anxious cactus boy. Yeah. Yeah, this was a doozy of an episode for Ritz. Lots of highs, lots of lows, lots of conflicted, confused feelings. Yeah. But hey, I'll never complain about not getting a chance to use arcane utensils ever again.
Jonathan, you always take things so personally.
No, I don't. Well, because in Forsaken they are. No.
Wow.
So, I'm Richard. I play Nathaniel. And yeah, Nathaniel's having a day at this point just because, yeah, it is such a wonderful day in the Tower of Dreams. Fun and joy everywhere. I got nothing else. I mean, that's, yeah, Tower of Dreams, people.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your friends. It's where dreams come to die. No, wait.
You know, we should probably put a warning before you enter the marketplace.
Right? Blood spill here.
You might be killed by iron golems. This is
Janitor
formerly
sign
known
up.
now called the Badlands.
Franco, I play Vaughan, and I had one we had some nice discussions in the first half, wonderful talks, and then and the crap all that hit the fan and my worst moment, probably one of the worst moments, is like I persuade these people to help the wounded, only to watch him get cut down. And I'm like, man, what did I do? Oh boy, this is gonna be, oh man.
Gonna be great. I'm Andrew, I'm the DM. And this has been an emotional roller coaster of an episode, to be sure.
Stay tuned, kids.
Join us next week on Tower of Dreams at 6 o'clock Eastern on Saturdays. And then 10 o'clock Eastern on Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We have more D&D campaign content for you to tune into. We have Madbird Plays Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern, Dungeon Crafting with Vic and Steph Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, and Mad Art with Steph Fridays noon Eastern. Tune in, to all your favorite shows here on Madbird Streams. Or if you don't, or if they're not all your favorite, then because you haven't tried watching them yet, then you should try watching them, and they will become your favorites.
And no in extremis this evening.
No in extremis this evening,
Yeah.
but yes, in extremis next week.
Yes,
Let's go.
hopefully.
Let's do a second episode of Tower of Dreams. Let's go.
Yeah, let's just wrap
roll.
Let's
pull it
go
up right
again.
now.
Let's
Battle
go
time.
again.
Roller coaster.
Six
Thank you for
golems,
joining us this week, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.
Most unenthusiastic bye. Like, goodbye, baby.